Hey guys, happy weekend, all of that stuff. I'm just going to crack straight on with it now because I've got food on the way. Ordered myself a wicked curry, can't wait. So there might actually be a knock on the door whilst I'm doing this, so I'll bail if need be. Right, this week, absolute killer, to be honest. So I didn't mention this last week, but what I actually did at the start of last week was actually up my account to be. I doubled my account size to be 10 grand instead of 5 grand. So I'm just kind of scaling in my account. I feel that I'm confident enough now not to kind of blow it up. So I think why not kind of get it a little bit larger. So yeah, that's why when I look at the weekly close stats here, you can see that there's one for what I'm calling like the 5k account, which is from quarter three, and one from the 10k account. So that's what this is. So basically it's very hard to jump from one to the other because I've still got trades open which are, where the risk is being managed at that 5k amount. So I have to let those trades kind of close before I can actually actively sort of shut it out. Anyway, so you have to run them both together. But yeah, so on the 5k account I lost 1.88%. So that was probably the biggest loss, probably the worst week I've had maybe ever. And I also lost another 1% on the 10k account. It's a wicked start for that one. Yeah, so that was great. So I put in different charts here. So this quarter three one, I need to find a way of combining these so that one flows on from the other. But the quarter three, so this is the 5k account. You can see we were kind of getting there, and then we've had a really bad week. So I have still got a trade running open. So hopefully this will finish up a little bit with a bit of luck. Yeah, the new Q4 one, bad news. So you can see all the trades that closed here. I had 6 that closed, all losers. Yeah, some big losers here on the 5k account. I won't go through all of them, but the pound had a lot to do with it, right? So it was the pound. As you can see here, I had 3 trades on the pound Aussie. For myself here, I do try and not trade the same pair once I've been stopped out, but I kept getting the signals. I try not to trade it because I get emotionally into it. So my theory is, despite the fact that we're not supposed to let our emotions get involved with it, the theory is that I get dragged in, and it certainly appears to have been the case. So I've actually had 3 here to do with GBP Aussie, which we can have a look at in a minute, which has pulled all my numbers down. What I am happy with though, let's just focus on this. This should be 10k, okay? It's not 5k, it's 10k. Let's focus on these ones, but the risk has been managed pretty well. So, I'm busting out with 0.3%, 0.5, 0.23. One of the things which I really think makes trading easier is when you have a bigger account because you get more levers in effect, right? So you can kind of go in with 0.1% risk or 0.2% risk. Whereas on a smaller account, you can't really do that, unless you're trading smaller timescales. So it gives you more flexibility. So I'm quite happy with the way I've managed that, which is why I haven't probably bust out quite as hard. Anyway, yeah, let's just look at GBP Aussie because that was the one that kept killing me. This is silver. Let's get back to GBP Aussie. Just checking that you guys can see this right. GBP Aussie dollar. Right, so we can see it's trending down here. I'll get a daily chart and 8 hourly. So daily's just been going down, 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 down. I didn't sell around here. We had signals which I took to buy around this zone here. I think you can see that. So I was out there. Another one there, I think. Maybe not there. And then this one here. And you just see I got annihilated on that one. So I had 3 in a row. And hang on, one was to do with the MACD signal to buy, which I used. The other was plays off of this support level here. So I kind of went long here thinking it would bounce. And yeah, I've just been annihilated. So pound hasn't done well. It is now obviously starting to look like it might be turning a bit. But for the time being, I'm going to, not GBP Aussie. For the time being, I'm ignoring it until I get some sort of strong bias on it. Okay, so that's that. So that's the closed trade. It's all a bit negative on the closed trades front, but we are getting there. As far as weekly insight goes, what have I got? So I had a look at my positions which are open. Risk is pretty cool. More than happy with that. So I've got a CAD Jappy trade which I got into. Let's get rid of that. CAD Jappy trade. How can I show you that? That will be, so that's live. That's again on this 10k thing. So CAD Jappy is live and kicking. Yeah, and I did the analysis on this. It would have been in the actual post, obviously, but basically we've got some sort of it's touched here. Yeah, actually, you could probably continue this a bit further. Actually, it's this kind of thing. And whilst these lines don't hold up a lot, or certainly don't hold up all the time, you can see, it's bouncing, 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 and it's bouncing here. Now, whilst we have got some divergence between price and momentum here, you can argue, so that's starting to make it look long. I just thought if I can get in with a small position somewhere around this area, if I get a signal somewhere around this area, I'm cool. And what I actually did was, I think, let me just check, so I have to keep checking that you can see this. Yeah, so what actually happened was, the market's pulling back into this kind of area, and then I got what I considered to be a reasonable sell signal on the 6 hour here. So I don't usually trade this, but I went for it when the chart was looking a bit like this, and I just thought, I can get a small low risk trade in here. It was a small, I think it was 0.2%. Actually, I can tell you, can't I? So where's the stop on that? I went for this one. So yeah, 0.2%, 20 quid on there. I thought I can get in early on this, and if it moves in my favour, I'll build on it and scale, which is what I've done, right? Great. So I've just noticed the price is trying to gap open up here. But yeah, so my second one trade got added, so I added a bit more onto it there. So I'm now running at 0.6 of the additional. So I've got 0.8% short on this, which is fine. I'm really happy with this actually, because what I've actually was looking for is my sell signal over on the 8 hour, and I got that, right? So you can see that was looking great. The market has kind of, we're not actually open yet. The price is just adjusting, but it's up here. And I've got another sell entry here, so I'm just scaling that in. So that's CAD JAPY, quite happy with that. Interestingly, something I have noticed is that they're all looking a bit short at the moment. So against the JAPY, so USD JAPY, Euro JAPY, GBP JAPY is not so much actually, but avoid that anyway. So yeah, the JAPYs are looking a bit short. Other things I can tell you about is I was just looking at silver. Whilst I've been a bit killed on silver recently, it has really sold off and is now starting to look a bit long. It's probably also, if I get on a weekly chart, I can see it's at kind of at a support level. Am I looking at a weekly chart? Yeah, so yeah, not great, but there is some sort of support level around somewhere along between kind of 18 and around 17. So yeah, we might be turning around. I'm not against buying it. I think it's setting up. I'm going to have a think about that. I've also got oil. Looks like it might be going short, and it's at a support level currently. So yeah, we've got oil going short there. So thinking about that, this 50 number seems to be a pretty good support level. Actually, I'm liking that thing. So I'll probably look for a better entry signal. Thing I really do like about the thing I don't like about oil. The thing I don't, yeah, so that's a nice sell signal. The thing I don't like about oil is it obviously expires, so I have to check the contract on it, make sure that it's going to play ball, not close it. Actually, it's usually around the 20th, so I've got I've got a couple of weeks on it, so it's probably worthwhile. So I'm jumping around here. I jumped into what was coming up when I should have been looking at my open trades. But anyway, we'll stick with what's coming up. We mentioned silver. Did I mention? Yeah, I mentioned silver. I mentioned oil. Japanese looking bullish, so shorting these pairs here. So that's all cool. Yeah, I have got a trade open on the UK 100 as well, which I shorted, which I'm hating actually getting involved in anything to do with the indices. But we're up at kind of, my theory was we're right up at peaks of where this sucker's ever really been. So I got it in there with a reasonable stop. And yeah, I mean, this is going back to these are highs we're at now of since, I don't know, 2000, with the highest it's been other than earlier, sort of mid 2015. I thought it was earlier this year, but my brain, God, the years really fly, don't they? So that's going on there. Again, I don't love that trade, but it's in there. And yeah, the other one was Aussie USD, Aussie dollar USD. It's just doing its thing weekly. It doesn't show you much on there. So on a daily, yeah, there was some support, and we're hoping it will roll over and get somewhere down here. But again, just keeping an eye on that. And it's starting to play ball a little bit. But yeah, that's it from me really. I hope that was in some way helpful. Do post on it if you think it is, if you think it isn't. Word of advice, I really try not to get too excited about trading on a Sunday anymore. I keep talking about this with Virgil, who follows this stuff, and yeah, it seems to be the markets take a while to kind of adjust and get into the swing, as we've said before. But anyway, yeah, I'm banging on now. This has been 10 minutes of your life. I hope it was worthwhile. I'll try and get through it as quickly as I can. Yeah, have a great week. Have loads of fun, and I will catch you soon. Yeah, live the dream. Off!